Okay, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're coming from. My name remains Richard N, and today we are going to see a little bit of guides on how you could actually create a ticket, how you could create your product, and how you can create an invoice using the product you've created on HubSpot. Don't forget, HubSpot remains your one-stop shop for all your marketing needs, and this is because it has everything you need. As you can see, it has the CRM section, it has the marketing, it has the content, and then it has the commerce section. It as well as has the automation, which allows you to do things in a special way, and then that is all I have to tell you about this. So let us see how we could actually create tickets on HubSpot. So, in order to create a ticket on HubSpot, the first thing you want to do is navigate to your CRM section of HubSpot. This is the CRM section. As you can see, my cursor moving around it. I'm just hovering so you could see it. And then when you hover over it, you're going to see it will open you up to contacts, companies, deals, ticket lists, inbox, calls, and tags. So, your next port of call is to click on tickets. Now, because this is a fresh HubSpot dashboard, we don't have any tickets here. And I would also like to remind you that your ticket could come from any place at all. Your ticket could come from voices, from voice calls. As you could see here, it could come from voice calls. It could come from maybe companies and your contacts. It could be a kind of inbox messages, maybe from emails and all of that. So this is now you trying to process a ticket with whatever you got from calls and all over. So a particular use case is a situation whereby a customer calls you and say there's an issue with a mast in the city, and so you want to use your ticket feature to generate maybe a kind of notification for the technical or for the engineering team so they could go and treat whatever the issue is with the you know, with the mask or whatever they have been, they are reporting about. So let us see how this can be done. So this is your ticket dashboard, and you're going to see it has a lot of, fields here. We have the open, we have the ticket owner, we have the create date of the ticket, then we have the last activity on the ticket, then we have ticket priority, and then we have other filters that can help you to find other tickets. The reason why these things are here is because it helps you to be able to find tickets easily. Okay, so now let us see how you can also have my open tickets, which helps you to see tickets that you are currently working on that you have not closed yet. And then we have the unassigned tickets, which shows you tickets that haven't been signed to anybody in the department. Okay, so how do you actually create tickets on HubSpot? So if you have clicked on the CRM and you've been able to locate the ticket tab, the next thing you want to do is to click on create a ticket. Now, when you click on create a ticket, it's going to open a little bit stuff at the right hand, and this is where you're going to name the ticket. And we are assuming there's an issue with our mast somewhere in the city, so we say mast experiencing uh, power outage. So if you work with a company and they reported this, of course, and then this is your pipeline. Of course, you want to leave it at support pipeline, and then if you are using a premium account, you can actually add other pipelines here. And this is how you can actually manage your tickets to know which kind of ticket it is. So then we have the ticket status. This one tells you the kind of ticket that you have. What is it? Is it a new ticket? Is it a ticket whereby you are waiting for a customer to provide a detail? Is it a ticket whereby the customer is the one waiting for you guys, or is it a closed ticket? So because it's a new ticket, you want to click on this, and then the ticket description allows you to put in what the complaint is all about. So um we could say customers at the city hall or at the city center do not have network coverage for 3 days now. the mast, or let's call it the telecom mast is uh, not working and all of that. So this is what you are going to put on the ticket. You can actually put other stuff like maybe the customer name. You can say Juan, and then customer number, customer contact. You could actually add stuff like maybe his phone number, like 07112, and then you could add any other thing that could help you to identify the customer. So you can put maybe a landmark. You can put landmark is the uh, community college or high school. Community high school is close to the place, and then we could say, okay, the source. The source is where you are trying to specify how this ticket came in. So probably so maybe the customer called you. Maybe the customer called the customer care phone line, or the customer emailed in, or the customer came through the chat box on your website, or the customer came in through the support form that you have on your website or on their app or just whatever. So let's assume the customer called in. You're going to select phone, and then the ticket owner. This is the person that you want to assign this ticket to. Like, okay, is it going to be the manager? Is it going to be the engineering team? Is it going to be for the technical team? Is it going to be for the logistics team and all of that? This one is where you're going to select that. So this is the only person I have here. I'm going to select him. The priority. Of course, the priority is determined by how sensitive what the customer is reporting is to the business. Is it a threat to life? Of course, that would be a high priority ticket. Is it something that is going to affect the company's sales? Of course, that would be a high priority ticket. Is it something that doesn't really have much effect on the people or on the business? Of course, that would be a low priority and all of that. So let's assume it's going to be a high priority. And then the ticket date, of course, is going to be the day that you're generating it. And then associated ticket with contact. Of course, who let's say if you couldn't put the contact details of the customer here, you could actually come here and you can select the customer name. Let's say it's Brian Hilligan. Then you select it, and that will just be it. And then company, of course, the company is going to be the name of your company, or maybe where the staff works and all of that. So when you're done with this now, you're going to click on what? Create. Once you click on create, then this ticket has been created. You can actually see the ticket here. Mass experiencing power outage is the ticket name, and then there's a there's a little bit of details here. You can see the details that we provided, and you could see this is where it's telling us everything, the source of whatever, and then the date and all of that. And then as time progresses, if you make any response or you responding to this customer, you're going to use that maybe through email or through call. If you want to make any special notes and say, okay, customer has been reached and has explained in clear details what the issue is. Um, send maybe you send technical team. Let's call it on Monday because today is Friday. So you could actually say, okay, we're going to send technical team to the mast to fix whatever the issue is or to investigate the matter further. You can say send technical team on Monday to further investigate and profile solution. So let's say profile a solution, and then we're going to click what? Create a note. So this is just you trying to create a note, and after you've must have created a note, you might want to create a task. So when you want to create a task of for this can be you trying to assign these tickets or assign these tasks of maybe we just created something. I will say investigate and whatever. So maybe the person that's going to do that task, we are going to say, okay, kindly going to say, okay, kindly visit the mast at uh, community high school and carry out proper investigation on why mast is switched off for days now. So you're going to have to put a priority. Of course, it's going to be high priority, and then to do, and then queue. There's no queue there, and then you're going to assign whoever you know is in charge of doing that. You're going to assign them, and then when you're done with that, what do you do next? You're going to put maybe 1 hour before the date and all of that, and then when you're done with that, you're going to create. So you can put a title of the listing. You can say Mast at Community School. So now we have put on our task. We will say create. At this point now, our task has been created. So this is just how you can create a ticket and all of that. As you create them, you're going to see a lot of things at the bottom. And if actually you are done with this part and then you go back to your ticket dashboard, you're going to see the ticket you've created here. This is it here. And you're going to have to come here. This is your all ticket section. You can see mass experiencing whatever and all of that. And then if actually you come to click on your tasks, you're going to see whatever task was assigned and whoever owns the task. Look at it here, and then you can see everything about the task here. So that brings us to the next section, which is creating of products in our going to use this for our invoice. So if you want to create products on your HubSpot, the first thing you want to do is come to your HubSpot dashboard, and then you're going to click on commerce. When you click on commerce, you're going to find things like overview, payment, invoice, payment links, quote, and then product. So this is where you're going to have to work with. So you're going to click on products. When you click on products, it will bring you up to where you're going to create your product. So this is where you are going to have your product, and of course, your products are the items you sell. These are this could be digital products, this could be your physical products in your shop. Maybe you are into building materials, so this could be your cement, your rod, your glasses, or nails, hammer, and the rest of them. So now we are trying to create these things inside of our HubSpot such that whenever a customer comes in, we can know what to sell and we can know what to give them and at what price. We don't have to start writing invoices and all of that. So let's see what it is. So in order for you to create a product in your HubSpot, you want to come into your product section, and then there is nothing here yet. But even if you have something here, that is not the issue. You're going to create the one that has not been existing in this place. So we are going to go to our create product here. Click on create product, and then you're going to be open up to where you're going to put in the product name. So you can call this Dangote cement. Yeah, of course, Dangote cement. And then let's just ignore this SKU. Then we'll say 50 kg bag. Then of course this can be, don't just touch anything here. Don't touch anything. So you can say product type, of course, going to be an inventory stuff. Then the unit cost, the unit cost is the amount you used to buy it from the market. So let's assume you bought it 7,500. And unit price, how much you are selling it, maybe you're selling 8,500. And then when you do that, if you look at the margin section, it's going to tell you how much profit you're going to make. And then at this point, you can actually put an image if you have the images on your system or whatever. But let's assume we don't have that now, so we can say create. This is as simple as ABC. You can see we created our products in our HubSpot. So we are still here. Let us add another product. So we can say okay, create products. Maybe we want to add another product. So we can call it we can say okay, 6-inch concrete nail. Of course, we are going to ignore the SKU, and then we'll say okay. We can call it say okay, let's title it concrete nail. Let's say concrete nail. So we can say okay, 6-inch concrete nail. And then of course we let everything here be, and then we're going to come and put inventory, and then the unit cost, that's how much per kilo now. So we're going to come here and we're going to say okay, we say 1 kilo of this cost us let's say 120, and then we are going to sell for 100 and say 35. Okay, so you can see we are making $15 anytime we sell a pound weight of it or a kilo of it. So we're going to say okay, create. That is our second product right there. So let us create another product. Perhaps we sell roofing sheets. So we're going to say aluminium roofing sheets. Then of course we can call it a long span aluminium roofing sheet. Okay, so of course it's going to be an inventory stuff, and then the unit price we can say it is 500, and then we are selling for 650. And then once you're done with that, you can say okay, create product. And so this is how you create a product. There's nothing else you want to do here. So this is your product, and then this is how much you bought them, and then whenever you are selling it, you're going to see the difference. So let us now proceed to creating our invoice with this product that we've created here. So if you want to create an invoice, of course, it's still within the commerce section of your HubSpot. So to create an invoice on HubSpot, you simply go to your invoices under the commerce section, click on invoice, and as soon as you click on invoice, you're going to see here, it say move due from payment, whatever, whatever. We don't have any due here so far. So we are going to click on what? Create. When you click on create, it's going to be create a one-time invoice. This is just something that they can pay and then you're done. But if you say recurring invoices, this is something that is going to keep happening, maybe probably a subscription or whatever. So click on create one-time invoice, and then we are going to come over here and we are going to start by showing. Now this is where it's going to be interesting, guys. You're going to put in your contacts, going to put in who we are creating this invoice for. Remember, this invoice is going to go to the customer digitally. Okay, so you're going to put in the person that you're creating this invoice for. So of course we have two contacts here. So this is usually going to bring out a list of your contact or your customers for the business. So you can say, okay, Brian Halligan is going to be our customer. So we'll select him, and then we click on save, and you can see we have selected the name. Now we have the customer where he works, and then we have his billing address. Of course, today's date is this, and then the maybe the receipt is going to be due today, and then we can put just maybe the invoice number or just whatever. So we can put like this, just anything you like, and then you're now going to say, okay, let's put the items that the customer bought. So let's put the item that the customer bought, and we can do that by selecting from the product library that we just created now. So let us go to our product library and then select what the customer bought. So let's assume this customer is trying to do some renovations on his home, and so he's buying all three items on our shop: aluminium roofing sheet, concrete nail, and Dangote cement. So we are here now. We have selected all the products that he bought. And so we now want to put in the quantity. So he bought aluminum roofing sheets. How many did he buy? We can say, okay, he bought 5 sheets. He bought concrete nail. How many pound weights did he buy? We can say, okay, he bought 3 pound weights. Dangote cement, how many bags did he buy? So he bought 7 bags. And then we're going to put our discount here. We can say, okay, 2% discount, 2% discount, and then for the cement, we are giving 3% discount. And of course, there's a tax rate here. Let's just ignore the tax for now. So we have successfully built our invoice with our product. Now let us add other things like discount, like tax and fees. So we're going to click on subtotal. You're going to see stuff like add discount, add fees. So this is where you're going to add extra stuff that the customer has to pay, like transportation fee or delivery charges. So we're going to come here and say, okay, add one-time tax. So we can call it GT tax. You can call it state tax. You can say state tax, and that could be how much. You can say that one is 5%. Okay. Then let us also add something else. You can say, okay, let us add a fee. You can call it a delivery fee. Then that could be, let's call it 3%. We are trying to give him it's percentage. So call it 3%. We say 3% like this. So that's our delivery fee. We can even add other stuff, but let us leave it at this. So at the end of the day, the customer will pay us this amount. So you can see how sweet this thing is. It has actually helped us to calculate everything here. We didn't have to punch calculators or whatever. So at the end of the day now, we are going to create this, and we can say finalize. When we say finalize, it means that we are done with this invoice, and then we can say finalize again. And then the invoice will be created, and then we'll now have to choose where we want to actually send this to. So this is your mail that you want to use to send this to the customer. So normally you're supposed to connect this to the HubSpot whatever. So if you connect it now, you can see that you're going to be able to send this invoice out to the customer that has this. So let me quickly connect this to the invoice, or let me quickly connect this mailbox, and then I'll return back and finish up this. So let's see. So you're welcome. I've been able to connect this email to my uh I've been able to connect this email to my HubSpot. So now I can actually send it to this customer using my email address. And then when I click on send invoice, of course, it's going to come to me. But before that, I can actually write email manually. I can actually click on that, and then I should be able to write this email manually, and then whatever I have there, or maybe whatever I want the customer to see, I'll be able to see it here. So I can come, and then I'll put subject, say invoice for, or can call it 6th September purchase. Of course, and then we can put the invoice number. We can call it 09 2024 1214 or 1225, and then we could just put some little stuff, say, okay, please find attached your invoice below. So this could be our email, and then once we are done, we could actually come out here, and then we could put up the email, and then of course it's our Brian, and then once we are done with this now, we could come here, and then we can click on send. Once we click on send now, this email will be going to our customer. He'll be able to know that, okay, I now have an invoice to pay, and then they're going to pay, and the business will what? Our business will cash out. So let us click on send. Now we have clicked on send, and the customer is going to receive their invoice, and then they are going to pay us. So if you're wondering how to create a ticket on HubSpot, how to create an invoice, and how to create products, this is a video for you. So this is just it, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and remember to keep checking with us, as we're always going to receive useful tips that will help you grow in your freelancing, your digital marketing, in your virtual assistant skills. So see you some other time. Bye bye.